If this is the 10th video you've watched on how to start a social media marketing agency, congrats. This one's gonna be your last, because if you're anything like I was, you've probably spent weeks learning, planning, and watching people talk about social media marketing agencies, but still haven't landed that first paying client. And I know it's not because you are lazy or missing some secret skill. It's because nobody's ever shown you how to build your agency the right way. I've been doing this for over a decade. My team manages marketing for more than 300 small businesses, and last month we made over $400,000 in revenue. So when I tell you that starting your agency doesn't have to be complicated or expensive, I mean it. And so in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact roadmap for beginners to launch their own agencies step by step. And by the end, you'll know how to get your first client, deliver real results, and run everything from one simple platform, even if you're starting from scratch. Let's jump in. Now, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page about what a social media marketing agency really is, because there's a lot of information out there and a ton of people get this wrong, usually because some guru online overcomplicated it into something it's not. Running a social media marketing agency is just helping business owners market their stuff online. That's it. Every post you make, video you help a business owner create, ad you run, email you send, that's all social media marketing. And this is really important to understand because a lot of people think they need to offer everything under the sun to call themselves an agency. You don't. You can literally build a social media marketing agency by just offering one service, like building funnels, running ads, or posting short form videos. So if you've ever caught yourself overthinking it, or maybe you've spent weeks trying to build out a whole business plan before even finding a single client, you're not alone. That's almost everyone. Let me know in the comment section below if you are planning to start an agency or already have one. I'm really curious to know who's watching. All right, with that out of the way, let's move on and talk about what kind of services you can actually offer and who you can offer them to. Before we move on, you've probably noticed that what you're watching right now isn't actually me in front of the camera. This is an AI clone. The real me is out there working with clients and grinding with the team. So this version's here to walk you through everything step by step and give you as much value as possible. Everything you're learning here comes straight from real experience and what's actually working inside a seven-figure agency. All right, let's move on. Let's start with number one, who you can actually offer your services to. When you're picking your niche, there are really just a few things to keep in mind. The first one is this: go after people who sell something expensive enough to make your help worth it. Because if you help a business sell a $10 product, they'd have to sell hundreds of those just to pay your fee. But if you help someone who makes $1,000 every time they get a new client, it's a lot easier for them to see your value. That's why going after high ticket niches will always make your life easier. The next thing to think about is whether you want to work with digital businesses or non-digital ones. You just have to pick the one that fits you best and actually interests you. If you want to go digital, that could be info product creators, coaches, course sellers, or e-commerce brands. They just need someone to help them get more leads, build better pages, and automate follow-ups. It's super easy to learn in that space and later branch out when you get more experience. If you want to go non-digital, the same high ticket rule applies. You don't want to help a tiny trinket store that sells $5 candles. You want to help businesses like HVAC companies, dental clinics, med spas, and auto detailers. They also know less about social media, which can make it easier to get that first win. So once you figure out who you actually want to help, whether that's online brands or local service businesses, that's when you can start thinking about how you're going to help them. That brings me to our next step, number two, learning the skill. Now, I know there are a lot of people who say just outsource everything, but that's actually one of the worst things you can do when you're just starting out. Because if you don't actually know how to produce the result yourself, you're building your whole business on a house of cards. All it takes is one contractor quitting, and you are stuck. But when you learn the skill yourself, you're never at the mercy of anyone else. You can step in, fix things, make money on your own, and actually understand what you're selling. Now, when it comes to picking what skill to learn, don't overcomplicate it. You just want to look at how your niche actually gets clients and then find a small piece of that process you can improve for them. For example, let's say your niche is info business, so coaches, course creators, and consultants. One of their small but painful problems is getting more clicks on their YouTube videos. So instead of trying to build them a full marketing system right away, you can just start by offering to write better YouTube titles and thumbnails. That's one problem, one result, and it's something you can get good at fast. Or if your niche is non-digital, like local service businesses, the same idea applies. A simple skill you can learn is running basic Instagram ads. You can design a few simple posters in Canva, write a short message, and run it as an ad. That one small skill alone can bring real customers through the door for your clients. And once you learn that one skill, your next move is to build systems around it. That's where agency growth really begins, when you stop manually doing everything and start setting up tools that multiply your effort. But before we get into setting up systems, let's first talk about number three, how to actually get your first clients. You don't need to send 1,000 cold emails a day or spend weeks doing free work just hoping someone replies to your Instagram DM. Getting clients is actually a lot simpler than most people make it out to be. All you need to do is be where your clients already are. That's it. Let me explain. If your target clients are digital businesses, then a really good place to find them is on job platforms where they're already looking for help. One of the easiest is a website called Upwork. Upwork is full of business owners who are actively posting jobs because they need help right now. All you have to do is set up your profile to make it clear that you know how to solve their specific problem and then start applying to those job posts. Now, if you're brand new, it might take you a little longer to land your first job, and that's totally normal. If you're consistent within a week or two, you'll almost always get your first client. Now, if your niche is more non-digital, Upwork can still work, but your best option is honestly just to meet people in real life. Walk into businesses, talk to owners, start conversations. These are people who have physical locations and real customer flow. If you show up in person and they see your face, that instantly builds trust. And in business, trust is everything. The crazy part is this usually works even better than online outreach because now you're not just another person behind a screen, you're a real person who took the time to show up. That alone sets you apart from 99% of people. And here's a little tip that works exceptionally well in the beginning for both niches. Offer to do something small for free. It's not about working for free forever. It's about removing the risk for them. You do a simple job, you get results, and now you've got a happy client who will either pay you next time or give you a testimonial you can use for credibility. Then you can reach out to new clients and say, I help business name, do result, and I can help you do the same. It's one of the easiest ways to start building momentum fast. Now let's talk about how to build your agency the right way with number 4. Setting up systems. A system is just a process that runs by itself, something that brings in leads, follows up with people, or books calls, and does it all without you manually sitting there pressing buttons. Now, I don't want you to start thinking this has to be some crazy high-tech automation. A really good working system could be something as simple as helping clients book calls from social media. So for example, if you're helping people grow with Instagram, your system could just be getting people to leave comments on a post. And once they do, the system automatically follows up by sending them a message and starting a conversation that leads them to book an appointment. That's it. That's a system. You're not just offering them a service, you're now building them a small machine that works on its own. So instead of just saying, hey, I'll help you with your post on Instagram, you could take it a step further and build them an automation that collects and nurtures every single person that engages with content. Now, you're not just posting, you're helping them turn those followers into paying customers. That's the real value. And the easiest way to build out all those systems is by using a tool called High Level because it replaces 10 other tools that would typically cost you a fortune to buy separately or take forever to figure out. Let me show you what I mean. If you look at this image here, you can literally see all the tools it replaces. Website builders, email platforms, CRM, schedulers, it's all in there. So let's just set up a quick example together. All right, so let's say you want to set up a system that automatically DMs people whenever they comment a specific word on one of your posts. Just head over to automations on the left side and click create new workflow. Start from scratch. Once you're in, click add a new trigger. This is what tells Go High Level when to start the action. In the search bar, type comment. Click on Instagram comment trigger. Then you'll be able to choose how it recognizes the comment. I'd go with exact match just so it doesn't trigger by accident. Now enter the word you want people to comment on, then hit save trigger. After that, click the little plus button to add your next step. This is where we create the DM. Choose send Instagram DM. You can either select a save template or write one from scratch. For example, something simple like, hey, here's the link to the free resource I mentioned. Click save action, and now you'll start to see your automation flow coming together. But let's take it one step further. We're going to add AI into this so the bot can actually reply, chat with leads, and even book calls for you automatically. To do that, click the search bar again and type AI. Then choose appointment booking conversation AI bot. It'll open a setup window. Just select the calendar you've already connected to, then fill in your brand personality. This just helps the AI sound more natural. For the conversation guidelines, I'll go with this. Limit the number of messages to around 10. Then choose Instagram as the channel. You'll see a few different conditions pop up like appointment booked, appointment not booked, and timeout. For appointment booked, click the plus sign and select assign user. That'll notify whoever's taking the call. For the other two, you can leave them as is for now. Finally, click save, and that's it. You've now got a working AI automation that automatically replies to comments, starts conversations, and books appointments all without you touching a thing. And that's the whole point. Systems don't need to be fancy. They just need to work. If it helps you or your client get more leads, book more calls, or close more customers without doing it manually, that's a system. And once you have a few of those running, that's when your agency starts to feel like an actual business instead of just a side hustle. All right, let's go a little deeper and talk about number 5, how you actually deliver results and keep your clients happy. Because at the end of the day, a happy client is a paying client, and that's exactly what you want more of. Now, the first step to keeping clients happy isn't about automations or tools. It's about onboarding them the right way. When someone signs with you, make it easy for them to know what happens next. Send a quick welcome message, outline what you'll do, when they'll start seeing results, and what you'll need from them. This instantly builds trust and sets clear expectations. something many new agencies skip. The second part is getting them an early win. Think of it as a harvest. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but most of the time, a lot of your clients will have low-hanging opportunities and leads ready to convert. You just need to put together a system, offer, or something that can get them to take action now. This could be something like installing an AI chatbot on their website, launching a retargeting campaign, or working with them on a special promotion. Getting to a quick win builds confidence and makes them believe they picked the right person. Then, once that momentum is rolling, you have to track and report results. You can just show them what's happening inside High Level, the leads coming in, messages sent, or appointments booked. Even on their starter plan, you can create up to 3 sub-accounts, one for each client. Each client gets their own space, their own dashboard, and their own results tracking, all managed under your main agency account. And that is exactly why I always recommend High Level. Once you upgrade to the agency plan, you can even scale to unlimited clients, making delivery and organization effortless. And the best part, you can use those same automations across all your clients. If you find something that works really well for one business, you can duplicate it for another in seconds. That's what makes Go High Level so powerful for agencies. It doesn't just help you deliver results, it helps you retain clients by keeping their systems running smoothly. Because when people see results and feel supported, they stick around month after month. And that's the secret to real stable growth. All right, so now that you've seen how to deliver a simple service and keep your clients happy, let's talk about the next step. Number 6, scaling your agency. Because once you understand how to deliver consistent results, scaling to $15,000, $20,000, or even $30,000 a month is surprisingly simple. Scaling doesn't mean taking on more work or running yourself into the ground. It means your systems are finally strong enough that you can handle more clients without losing control. When you're first starting, your time is the bottleneck. You're doing everything yourself. But when your systems start handling the work, that's when things change. That's when you stop thinking like a freelancer and start thinking like a real business owner. Now, once your systems are working, that's when you can start adding more clients safely or hire people to help with fulfillment. The key is that now you're not hiring people to figure things out. You're hiring them to run the systems you already proved work. And this is where High Level really becomes a weapon, because it's not just a tool, it's what makes scaling possible. Here's what I mean. Let's say you've built a winning system like an AI appointment setting system for coaches or consultants on Instagram. You launch it, your client books 40 to 50 more calls that month, and they're over the moon. Now what? You just take that exact setup to a new sub account in High Level and replicate that for each new client that you get. That's the magic of High Level. You can build one working system, then charge your clients every month, creating recurring income. For example, you charge your first client $1,000, then you repeat it for client 2 and 3, and now you're making $3,000 from the same exact process. By client 10, you're at $10,000, and the only thing that's changed is the number of people plugged into your system. And once you get to that point, that's when you can start bringing in help. You can add a VA to manage client messages, a part-time designer, or even an outreach assistant to help find new clients. So instead of being the person doing every little thing, you're the one checking results, assigning updates, and watching your recurring income stack up. That's real scaling. And the more you refine those systems, the steadier everything starts to feel. Your income, days, and even how you think about your business. That struggle just goes away. You work from anywhere in the world, leads are coming in automatically, a few calls got booked overnight, and your clients aren't messaging you every 5 minutes because the systems you set up are getting them insane results. And that's when it starts to feel different. And now, after watching this video, you've basically got everything you need to make that happen. You know who to target, how to find clients, how to deliver results, how to build systems, and how to scale all of that into a real business. Now it's just about putting it all together in one place, High Level. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a simple trick to try it completely free. If you use my link below, you'll get a 30-day free trial so you can start building out your own systems, test them, and even onboard your first client without paying a single dollar. And because I want to make sure you actually know how to use it the right way, I'm also giving you my full AI business blueprint course for free. It'll walk you through the entire setup step by step. So go sign up for your free trial.